Brahms' Requiem is my favourite piece. For 15 years, I was chorus director at the Berlin Philharmonic, and we did it an awful lot. We recorded it and won a Grammy. We recorded it actually 5 times in the 15 years that I was there with different conductors, myself included. And we had, with the Berlin Radio Choir, my choir there is a version that Brahms himself made for 4 hands, 2 pianists on 1 piano. And we not only recorded that, but we had a staged version of it called the Human Requiem, which is actually something Brahms said. He said, because he chose his texts very carefully, not to mention Jesus or Mary, and so he talks about the Lord. Now the Lord means it can be taken by almost anybody to be their Lord. So it was a very trendy thing to do when he did this 150 years ago. And he said, you might even want to call it a human requiem, in that everyone can relate to it. And we toured this all over the world. So in the last 10 years, I myself have conducted it about 70 times. And I will be very pleased to train it and to hand it over to Mirga here. One of the great privileges of 15 years in Germany, speaking fluent German, a German wife, a German family, is something that I could never do when I first came here, where we did everything, Simon Rattle and I initially, with language coaches, but we were always, both of us, at one step removed. Then Sakari Oromo came here, and I remember he did it particularly well because he is completely fluent, like a mother tongue, in 7 languages, of which 1 is German. So he was able, because just as I can inflect an English sentence, so now I can inflect a German sentence. So it's not only how it sounds, it's knowing that that word isn't important, but you're going to that one. And I can really do that now. And I'm looking forward to doing that for the first time in Birmingham, because last time I did it here, German was a foreign language, and now it's now a fluent tongue for me. And I will build the whole thing based on the language now, and approach it later on in my career in a completely different way from the way I would have done it 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. So let's hope that there is some benefit for staying so long in the job.